Hi, I'm a soft skills trainer from the Department of Career Planning and Development, and in this video, you're going to be learning about types of interviews. Now, interviews is basically and essentially a structured conversation where one participant asks questions and the other provides the answer. So, interview refers to one-on-one conversation between an interviewer and an interview. So if you want to go and get yourself placed in a company, so for entering in a company, you need to give an interview. Okay. So now over here, this is only one type of interview that I have told you about right now, but there are different types of interviews and we are going to discuss all of them over here. Now the first is the formal, informal and the formal interview. Now formal interview is the one kind of an interview which is planned, which is pre-planned and well arranged. It is there fixed in a formal environment. That means it has a fixed venue, it has a fixed time with the interviewers. It's not that you're just going to walk in and then you can give your interview. All the formalities and all the procedures that follow follow this type of interview. So although whatever the protocol is followed, definitely followed in this category of an interview, and the questions are also are also decided well in advance, so that point of there's no point of gap over here. Okay, everything goes smoothly, everything goes according to the plan. Now, on the other hand, informal interview is an unplanned, unscheduled interview, and it can happen at any place. Not in the company itself, but it can happen anywhere. Neither the time is fixed nor the venue is fixed. Questions are also not well prepared in the advance. So whenever staff is required, this kind of interview is conducted by asking simple questions like name, age, qualification, or anything. Now, interviews are of great importance, because whether the organization is big or small, it doesn't matter. Everybody takes interview in one or the other form. So this is all about formal and informal interview. Next type is the structured or patterned interview. Now, structured or patterned interview means that in this, the questions are fully planned, okay, and then it is already structured well in advance. The time and the location is pre-informed to the candidate, and then there's no scope of deviation of whatsoever, and then a standardized pattern is adopted to conduct the interview. So everything goes according to the plan, nothing goes out of place, nothing goes out of the protocol that they need to follow. So this is all about structured or patterned interview. Next one is the stress interview. Now, stress interview is something that recently companies have started taking stress interviews. Now, exactly what happens in the stress interview is that the interviewer puts you in an awkward situation. They ask you different kind of questions which you are not comfortable in answering. So there they just need to analyze it, how thick skinned you are. So if you're able to answer back all the questions appropriately without getting nervous, without getting confused, so then you are the best candidate for them. Okay, so it's just that they put you under stress and under strain, and to see that whether you will be able to handle all the pressure and all the anxiety that happens when person work in a company. Okay, so this is something that helps you to deal with the stressful situations. They kind of give you a taste of what stressful situations look like in the companies. So this is all about stress interviews. Now next is the group interview. Now, group interview is that a group of individuals are interviewed together. So they come and sit. Now, problem is given to all the candidates that are there in the group. So they are given a situation. They need to discuss. They need to have a discussion, and then the people who are going to be more active, they are going to be selected, and the people who are going to be like, who will remain silent, so they'll not be selected. The people who are going to dominate, so this is something, all the actions and the reactions are well observed, and the potential candidate is chosen. So this is something that is done when we have a huge number of candidates to interview. So this becomes a easy way out of taking group interview. Now, next, the fifth one is the depth interview. Now, depth interview is, as it is very clear from the word itself, so to test the candidates in depth knowledge in a special area of interest. So basically what the candidate is asked, that what is their favorite, or the what is their more what is the subject, or what is the area of interest that they are very confident about. So they ask questions related to that particular area of interest. They want to get the clear picture that whether that candidate has proper knowledge or no. So experts ask the concerned candidate all the questions, and if he's able to answer, so he or she gets screened and get thorough, and then it is something that's selected for a particular post. Like for example, if you are opting to become a coder, so then everything related to coding is going to be asked to you. Okay, next is the panel or the board interview. Now, over here, interview is conducted by a group of interviewers. In the group interview, candidates were there in the group. Now, over here, the interviewers sit in a panel, sit in a group, and then they judge the candidate on different perspectives according to their merit. And then it is kind of it's group judgment is involved in the selection, as it seeks for the collective judgment. So whatever judgment they all together have in total about the candidate, so they go accordingly. So normally it is that normally in the other types of interviews, so maybe one or two interviewers sit to take the interview. Over here there sits panel, and then they collectively ask you question, and they collectively take decision that whether you are selected or not. Next is the exit interview. Now, exit interview is taken when a company personnel is exiting from the institution. So they just want to know about the feelings, what they have, that whether they have positive feelings or whether they have negative feelings, and how do they, like, what are their impression of the working and the environment, as well as all the rules and regulations that are there in the organization. Okay, so this is something to understand, that what is the impression an employee has of the organization where he or she has worked for at least couple of months, and if there's any problem in the working, so then they can correct it. Okay, this is about exit interview. And the eighth type is a walk-in interview. Now, walk-in interview is something that the candidate appear directly without sending an application. So usually what happens in an interview process is that you need to send your resume and a cover letter, and sometimes a motivational letter as well, beforehand, prior to the company going for the interview. Once your resume is scanned, so then on after that the company um, contact you, and then they provide you with the time and the venue on the of the interview, and then you need to reach over there. Now, but over here in the walk-in interview, without pre-informing or without pre-sending the resume or cover letter, the person just walks into the company and asks and show his or her application and testimonials. So then if there's going to be a requirement, so then company personnel can take interview of that person. So the questions are asked according to the candidate specialization of the job requirement, according to the job requirement. So this is all about the types of interview that you need to understand. Now, these are certain important points that you need to remember, no matter what kind of interview you are going to give. But these are the 7 key major points that you need to keep in your mind, kind of a 7 golden rule that you can follow. Now, the first one is research the company you are interviewing for. So, always do a thorough research about the working of the company and what are the situations now. You need to know each and everything about the company before going and giving an interview. They can ask you different questions according to the projects or according to the job profile. Next is that you need to study your resume and know it well. So everything what is going to be asked to you in the interview, everything is going to be there from the resume and the questions, the answers that you're going to give. So please give a thorough reading of your resume and understand everything. And you need to know about the job description as well, the job position that you have applied for, and for the job position that you are giving an interview. So you need to know each and everything, that what is that job position and what are the roles and duties that you need to do, that you need to perform if you're going to get that particular job in that company. You need to display your skills with concrete example. It's not that you're just going to say that yes, I am punctual, I have leadership skills, I have good communication skills, I'm very good in verbal communication. So this is something that you need to back it up as well. Okay, now prepare interview toolkit. Now, whenever you're going to be there for an interview, so you need to be ready with all the supplies that you may or may not require, but then you always need to keep them handy. So that will include your passport size photographs, the formal photograph. Then you need to have a stapler, glue, or you can carry your own pens, you can carry your own pencils, and a folder in which you're going to keep your resume as well as all the important documents. Okay, so that you do not go haywire if something is asked you or something you require in the at the time of interview. Okay, next is while you are sitting there in the interview itself, so you need to make proper eye contact with the person, as well as you need to have a good body language. The way you're going to sit, the way your body posture is going to be, it should give a positive aura. You need to present, you need to have a positive aura, not sitting there or all stressed. And you need to be, your spine, it should be in a normal erected manner, and then you do not need to slouch, and you need to sit in a comfortable manner. Usually your hands you need to keep on your thighs. Okay, now please maintain eye contact at least 80 to 90% with the interviewer. And if you are going to follow all these rules and understand the type of interview and prepare accordingly for the interview, so everything is going to go good with you, and you'll surely be able to attain the job. You'll surely be able to get the job of your dreams. All the very best. Thank you so much.